Okay, now let me show you how to adjust your account settings for Twitter. We're going to go to the gear button and go to the drop down. So we're going to go to edit profile, and this will let you edit your profile information and account information. So right now we could change the photo, the avatar photo that is associated with us. This is what people will see next to our name. That's what this is right here. The header is when people come to our page, they'll actually see a photo behind it. So let me show you what that means. This is the header photo back here. This has our username, this has our actual Twitter handle, and has some basic information about us. So this header image is something that you're going to see on a lot of other Twitter accounts that you'll be able to look at. And this is the avatar, the little photo at the top, that everyone will see associated with your Twitter handle. And let me show you what other headers look like. Let's go to the double AFP, and you're going to see they have a very different background, and they have a very different header image, a very simple black textured image in the back. And why this is really done well is because you can easily see their text inside of here, and it goes well with their color scheme and branding. So you'll see their avatar and you'll see their header image. Let me show you another one. Perez. So this is Dr. Reed Blackwelder, the current AAFP president, and his setup is very similar to the double AFPs. He also has this black textured background because it's easy to read all the information inside of here, and he also has a different background image entirely. So this is something that you're going to see with all the different Twitter accounts that they have done to personalize each page. So this information you can change in your account, but you can't change others. You can't change how other people's Twitter pages look. So let's go back to edit our profile. You could change the header image and upload a new photo and then find it through your Finder either on PC or Mac, or you could just automatically remove it and it'll just keep it into a gray box. You can change your name. This is the name that is associated with your Twitter handle. You can also add your location. Not necessary to add a location, though it's very helpful if you're tweeting as a business or an organization to list where you're actually located at. And Twitter doesn't validate if your location is real. I have seen Twitter accounts where people have said that their location is the Batcave or Krypton or whatever, places that aren't real. But Twitter won't penalize you or actually make you change that. You can leave it as a real place. The best practice is just to put like a city and a state. You don't want to put your address in there unless it's vitally important. But you can also add your website, your web address, because it's important that all social media is supposed to do in a lot of respects is to send people to your website, to your traffic. It's supposed to be an interactive portion of your online presence. Your online presence includes social media, the traditional web, and your mobile web activity as well. Your bio, which they give you an extra 20 characters for, you can actually write a little biography about yourself in here. You'll see it on other people's Twitter accounts, what they are, what they do, something short. We have put in about what we are as an academy. And you can also put other @mentions, other people's Twitter handles, as long as you use the @ symbol, which is number 2 on your keyboard with holding the shift button down. You can put people's their Twitter accounts, and you can also put hashtags in here so that people can find out what your account's all about. Below here, which is a little cutoff, is you can connect your Twitter account to Facebook. So every time that you tweet something, it actually goes out and becomes a post on Facebook. Now, as a physician, you really don't need to connect your Twitter account to your Facebook. And here's the reason why. If you have a Facebook account, you probably already have a strategy of how you want to actually post to Facebook. It's a little bit more long-term in the respect of Facebook because you can post and have people come back to your posts and reply to them later. Twitter is a lot more instant. So when you connect your Twitter account to your Facebook page, if you're a power user with Twitter, you're going to post those to Facebook, and people will be inundated with all the posts that you've made. And if they happen to follow you on Facebook already and they see that all your Twitter posts are being sent to Facebook as well, they'll feel like they're seeing redundant information. So having a Twitter account and having a Facebook account should really be treated as two different types of communication avenues, because you are going to have a different follower set on Twitter than you are going to have on Facebook. And really, you don't want to inundate everyone on Facebook with having all your tweets there as well. Besides, you might be actually talking to people on Twitter in a reply situation, or you're going to be a lot more loose with how you speak to people on Twitter. It really depends on your strategy. The best practice would be to keep them separate unless you have a really good idea of how you're going to integrate them both. So that is the profile section. You're going to see your account information, which has some, account stuff that we're not going to take an entirely look at this moment because that's some private stuff. Security and privacy, you have to, take a look at to see how you can actually log into Twitter. You can protect your tweets so that only those who are followers can see them. So you can actually have a layer of privacy. You can also turn on tweet location, where when you tweet, it automatically locates where you are based off of where your Twitter account is actually being accessed from. And this is really good if you are using Twitter on your mobile phone or a tablet. Tweet location is not exactly important. If you have already denoted in your profile information that you're in a certain city and state, most people will assume that you're tweeting from that area. You can also turn on discoverability, which it lets people find your Twitter account through your email address. If you're tweeting on behalf of an organization or tweeting as an organization, is it really important? No, most people are going to find you based off of your organization's name. But you can have people type in your email address and then find you this way. For an organization like PAFP, people just find us by typing in our name. It's not exactly important to find us by email. So the other thing here is personalization. You can tailor Twitter based on your recent website visits, and this kind of works a little bit like ads in a way. Twitter can then scrub your history of your websites that you have visited, and then they'll be able to tailor the accounts that you might want to follow based off of your recent history of the web searches you've done. I actually strongly against doing that, because you want to find people and you want to find people that you want to follow that's actually important to you. So you could do that if you're only visiting other professional websites, but most websites here and now actually have a button to connect with them on Twitter. So I kind of say, don't let Twitter figure it out for you, you figure it out for you. So the last thing on the account section, the security and privacy section, is promote content. And promoting content is working like ads. You can actually create your posts and make them into ads. And this is something that a lot of for-profit companies will do, and a lot of big-name brands will do to get people to drive traffic to their website. We'll actually go over a post, an actual video about promoted, posts and promoted content. But for this actual video, let's just keep going through with account settings. You can also go through and change your password. You can change your current, if you forgot your current password, you can change it to a new one. Mobile is your mobile settings. Right now we are, in the United States, and we can actually set up our mobile account to put a phone number in here, and we can actually text tweets to Twitter, because really your Twitter account is very much set up like a text messaging account. Email notifications work that I get emailed anytime that anyone mentions my tweet, favorites my tweets, someone retweets me. you can turn these settings off so that you are not inundated with emails from Twitter, so letting everyone, letting you know anytime anyone interacts with you. It really depends upon your preferences. I keep mine on for the PAFP account just so that I know when I have new things happening and when new trends are happening. Profile information, like we were talking about, this was the section to put the information in your header section, your photo. Design this is where you get to pick a pre-made theme. That different backgrounds I showed you over on these sides. These are the ones that already come with Twitter, and you can use those. They're great. But if you're of the design sort, you can actually change your own background and upload a photo for the background here. And this has the different sections for adjustments so that you can change different things around for your Twitter account. So that is how the customizing your own theme works. We want to change this overlay to black. That's how that section works. The background color, if you have a photo that you want to put up in the top left-hand corner and it has a certain background color that you want to keep it the whole way through, you can denote that. And you can also change how the color of the links work on your newsfeed. Tile background means if you have a photo, it'll actually tile it, repeat it left and right and top to bottom. That works really good for like puzzle piece backgrounds or repeating backgrounds that you want to have. It really depends on how you want to customize your Twitter account and make it your own. Apps are really important, and we're going to have an entire video set up on this. And this is stuff that interacts with your Twitter account. So you have many times online where you can use certain functionality that requires you to sign in with Twitter. And this is, a really good section to revoke and see all the different types of apps that are connected to your Twitter account. And as you can see, we have a lot between Instagram, Clout, Bottlenose, TweetDeck, Buffer. And what this does is extends our Twitter usage and what things we can do on Twitter. So again, we'll have a video on all the apps and how they work. The last section here is widgets. And widgets are kind of like apps, but they're extra things that Twitter provides, because apps can be third-party generated, they can be from other people, and widgets are just different things that you can add to your Twitter account that also lets you create sections to put on other websites. So you can create widgets so that you can show your Twitter feed on another website that's not on Twitter. So that is the account section, and the next thing we're going to go into is settings.